What's up, everyone? In today's installment of Smarter Every Day Artificial Intelligence series, we're going to go over 6 websites that are actually tools that have come up over the last 1 month using the latest and greatest development in the OpenAI/AI sphere. These are tools that you'll probably be able to use every single day to supercharge the way you operate and work. So let's get right into it. One on the list, we've got God Mode. God Mode is essentially ChatGPT with internet access. This is a big deal because ChatGPT is trained on a bunch of text and a lot of data with text that is trained on information before 2021. So if you ask it the most recent or the most relevant news items or the most recent prices of things, it's not going to know because it's trained on data that is 2021 and prior. This basically changes that. It uses the underlying infrastructure of what an AutoGPT would use or a baby AGI would use. That's essentially using the LangChain libraries to spin up agents and get one ChatGPT agent to spin up another agent that would do the task for it, rather than you having to input a bunch of different prompts. That's the premise of God Mode, but you can make it do all kinds of cool things like find me a list of the 5 highest rated movies of 2023. That's where we're at. So let's launch it. It's going to go right through it. And as you can see, it's going to recommend you identify all the movies in 2023, collect ratings for each movie, sort the list of movies. So this is basically God Mode telling you what are the steps it wants to take to give you what you want. You're going to say add, add, and you're going to hit launch. As you hit launch, sit back and relax. What it's going to do is it's going to go through these tasks that it has set for itself. And as it goes through it, this console is going to give you an update of where it's at, right? So there we go. That's the first one. So the first reasoning is to obtain a list of movies released in 2023, I will perform a Google search. Afterwards, I will need to collect ratings for each movie to sort them by rating and select the top 5. So it's going to go ahead and do a Google search on its own. So you have to approve it. And you have to approve it because each time you are approving it, God Mode is using some API tokens that it has on its own. It's not your API tokens unless you enter your own. And so the approval is important. Now, there is a continuous version of this. Don't recommend it, though, because it might just end up using a lot of your tokens. So there we go. So it's saying I'm planning on browsing this website for movie ratings. Okay, let's approve it. Boom. So it found a website that it wants to browse, and then it's asking you if it can browse it. Right now, it's browsing this website on its own, right? And we're just going to give it a moment. It's going to go through its process, and it's doing this particular step right now, which is retrieve movie ratings for all 2023 releases from movieinsider.com. And if you want to see exactly what URL it's going through, it's exactly this one right here, right? So we're just going to give it a second. We're going to let it do its thing, and we're going to see what output it comes up with. There we go. So since browsing a site for movie ratings did not work out, I will attempt to perform a Google search for best movies. Okay, so it did not work out. So you're going to approve this plan. It's going to try again. It's going to give it another shot. So it started with movieinsider.com. That didn't quite work. So now it's going to go ahead and do its try to find another website to do the same thing. So we're going to give it a second, see what it says. Interesting. So there does not seem to be an aggregated rating for all movies that were released, so I need to look at each individual list and pick the top 5. Okay, go for it. And then there you go. So at this stage, it's basically going to say, hey, you know what? That's more than a few, so why don't you basically put your own OpenAPI key. So as you can see, it's a cool new tool, God Mode, but because this is a very, very new development, it is something that is going to struggle and that is going to sort of kind of get things that you want to, but not quite be there. However, the idea of your agent spinning up other agents to get tasks done for you, me asking that I want to get a list of the movies, and then it saying I'm going to open up a Google page and look for movies, and then it opening a Google page and looking for movies, is insane. I think that over there is pretty crazy, and I'm going to be following this very closely because this is going to be developing pretty quickly. And if you guys want to look at what's under the hood of this God Mode, not God Mode particularly, but what goes on under this tech, go to AutoGPT or Baby AGI, and you'll be able to do this on terminal. Make a separate video on that one. Okay, so next one on the list, we've got HeyGen. So HeyGen.com, this is one that I came across as well. It's a pretty cool AI avatar, speaking avatar generator. So, I'll kind of go through a session here, but essentially it could be used for creating marketing training videos, just overall sales training videos, all kinds of stuff, educational videos. So we'll give it a go. Landscape's fine, create video. Again, same thing, all you need for this one is just a, log in as guest or just creating an account. Pretty straightforward stuff. Okay, so you can basically go ahead and pick an avatar of your choice. So there's some avatars that are quite hyper realistic, some avatars that are not that hyper realistic, but we can just pick one here. Let's say we go with this one. Okay, and we can choose, this is Josie is the name of the avatar. We can go ahead and choose what we want the voice to be, and let's see. Yeah, okay, you know what, let's go with Josie, but we can basically pick all kinds of stuff. We can basically pick the gender of our avatar or all, and we can pick what language we want them to say. So all kinds of languages basically right here. Like, this is incredible. You can basically make your avatar speak in whatever language you want. So we'll say English, and we're basically going to say, so the default here is welcome to the new era of video creation with HeyGen. Simply type your script to get started. Okay, we can say, hello there, I am Josie, and I will be able to help you out with your customer inquiries. All right, so that's pretty much all we want our bot Josie to say. And the speed's 1.1. Okay, let's go ahead and do this thing. So we're just going to go ahead and submit it. Once we hit submit, oops, please load your text, just load and submit directly. Alrighty, let's do that. So let's load it. So now it's going to go ahead and do its thing in the background. And this is what it does. It gives you 2 minutes of free credits when you're just going to start playing around with it in the beginning. And that's plenty, frankly, to just get a hang of it, right? This is a great tool if you want to just introduce training, if you want to introduce any kind of stuff within your company. 2 minutes is plenty to demonstrate that. So this is going to take about 1:24. I will basically let that happen in the background and bring you back when it's ready to go. The video is ready now, and I will go ahead and play this for the first time here. Let's go. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, guys.
Hello there. I am Josie, and I will be able to help you out with your customer inquiries.
There you go. That was pretty cool. So you could basically do this thing, and there's a closed captioning piece that you can have here.
Hello there. I am Josie, and I will be able to help you out with your customer inquiries.
This is amazing. Like, this is quite something because, we just put one little 6-second video here, but you can imagine, you can basically create entire episodes of entire shows that you can write. You can basically go ahead and, create entire short stories with this. The training and the marketing side of things is fine. It's great. But there's a lot of creative applications here as well. And again, this is just starting out right now. This is just scratching the surface. I cannot imagine all the incredible stuff that's going to come out in the next 2, 3, 4 months even. We are compounding here. We're not going linearly. So this is very, very exciting. Second tool that I came across, HeyGen.com. All right, on to the next one then. On the list, we've got something called Huberman.rile.yt. So I will be linking all of these in the description below, so you guys don't have to worry about this. But this is incredible. I found this thing. And what it's doing is, I don't know if you guys follow Andrew Huberman, but Andrew Huberman is an incredible, scientist from Stanford, and he's got some great podcasts on all kinds of health-related information. But the podcasts are usually 2 hours long and takes a lot of time, and they're very dense, full of content, and it's incredible. But you really have to listen to them. And what this does is it basically has created a chatbot almost, where you can ask a question. And this goes through the entire transcript of all the Andrew Huberman episodes to go ahead and give you that answer specifically. What's cooler is it actually goes ahead and also references exactly what podcast and what minute this is from. And you can click it and it's going to go exactly to that section on the YouTube video. This is not just on Andrew Huberman. This is actually something that it's doing on all kinds of different podcasts. Lex Fridman, The Drive, Tim Ferriss Show, Knowledge Project, and they're just starting. So I assume they're going to go ahead and do this on a lot more. So again, on the back end, guys, this is going to be using a version of LangChain, which is the library that I really want to get into in one of our future videos. But it's essentially an entire corpus of information that it's going to create into vectors, and then it's going to run the OpenAI API to call on these basically questions that will then go and find the vector. So, okay, anyways, let's have some fun with this. So let's basically go ahead and ask Andrew Huberman a question. I already asked this question of how much sleep do I need as a 29-year-old man. So let's forget that. Let's have something else. Tell me something about the importance of sunlight. So it's loading, it's thinking, and let's see, boom. So it gives me this kind of summary saying sunlight is essential for vision and it's important to get outside to get this light. It is also important to get UVB sunlight exposure onto our skin if you want to activate P53. So it's quite detailed. And then it goes for and gives you references. This to me is the most incredible thing, because I can literally just click on any one of these and just get more context on exactly the thing I care about over 4 or 5 different podcasts. So this is an extremely powerful tool. I think this might be my favorite of this video. Definitely play around with it. I think this is going to be super powerful. Moving right along to the next one. This is Designer, and this is by Microsoft. So this is basically your, Canva competitor, if you will, but with the incredible power of AI that Microsoft now has. Remember, Microsoft has acquired ChatGPT, or well, rather, Microsoft has acquired OpenAI. So they have a ton of AI power that would be quite difficult for anybody, even Canva, to compete with. So this is something that is going to make making presentations, making graphic assets extremely easy. They have a little demo here where they just type in, kitten adoption day, and boom, it just creates all these assets here that you can then use. Then watch your content transform and choose your favorite design, right? So you can basically, and then you can also do these kind of things. A party of clay sculpture, grumpy koala wearing a robe, astronaut ancient Rome painting. So basically you are going ahead and imagining whatever your mind can, and it's going to go ahead and create that asset for you. So that's basically going to take the entire presentation making to the next level. You can add or remove content based on what you like or you don't like. So very much, it's like the AI-powered Canva. This is not available yet, but I think joining the waitlist here would be a good idea, because it's going to definitely take graphic design and creating content to the next level. And it's going to make it very simple, to be completely honest. So that's one, Designer. The next one I wanted to show is called UiZard. I think that's like a wordplay on wizard, but this one's really fun as well. What it does is you can go ahead and sign up for it, and you can just draw your wireframe. And this is for web apps or mobile apps, wireframing. You can just draw your wireframe on paper, take a photo of it, and it's going to go ahead and actually create the wireframe for you. And that applies for dashboards. It applies for like I said, phone apps, and you can do that with either drawings or you can do that with screenshots. So you just take a screenshot and get it to go through the system, and boom, it's going to become an editable design. So again, for anybody that's a graphic designer, for anybody that is in that sphere of things, this is going to be a complete game changer. So that's UiZard. And the final one for the day is called TLDV. So it's a play on TLDR, too long, didn't read. This is too long, didn't view. So these guys are focusing a lot more on Zooms and meetings. So, if you're in a long meeting, you basically add this extension and it will basically summarize the whole thing for you. So if you've used anything like Gong or a note taker in meetings, this is going to be something like that, but it uses ChatGPT. So it's not going to be just transcription, but it's basically going to be smarter, a lot smarter than that. So your quality would be probably much higher. that's it. So there you have it, guys. That is basically the 6 or 7. I don't remember how many new tools we went over today, but new tools that are definitely worth keeping an eye out. I would recommend playing around with each and every one of them. I think there's a lot more to come, and that's going to just completely blow us all out of the water here. But exciting times ahead. Thank you, and stay safe. Alright, so if this video has added any value to you, make sure to subscribe, like, and or comment. This is going to be a series of videos that I'm going to be doing every single day. So, definitely showing support helps, and as we continue getting smarter every day.